Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Quantum Leap. I'm your host, Toyin Umasiri, author of Mindset of an Entrepreneur. Today, I'm going to be diving and teaching you on the power of emotional intelligence to drive business growth. You see, emotion is at the heart of why people buy, because we use emotion to determine where we want to invest our time, our energy, and our resources. So it becomes very important that if you want to attract and draw in leads into your business, high quality leads, emotional intelligence allows you to make sure that your branding, marketing, and sales processes and design connects with the heart and the mind of your prospects. So what do I mean by that? We invest in what we consider to be valuable. And the concept of value is, as they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Is that when you produce a product or a service, to you as the entrepreneur, the business owner, you perceive, you know the value of your creation because you've invested your own time, your own energy, and your own resources in creating a solution and in solving a problem. Now, from the perspective of a prospect, you want to also now step into their world because from their own perspective, they must understand the concept of value. They must comprehend the value of your products and your services and your ability to articulate what your products and services will do for them and will help them to achieve is extremely important. So let me explain how I define value and how I explain value. You see, the concept of value has an intellectual IQ component to it and also an emotional component to it. So intellectually, we see things that offers us utility, okay? From an intellectual standpoint, from an IQ standpoint, when we see things that allows us to do our job better in terms of performance, we see utility in that product or service because it allows us to be able to deliver better results, improved results. So these are things we value because the mind is about productivity, okay? Producing greater results. So if your product and your service helps your prospects, help your clients and customers produce better results, be able to do more with less, be able to do more faster, be able to achieve greater results, right? They will see the logical value. When it comes to emotional value, it is tied to who we become. So when we use your product and services, when we invest in your product and services, at the emotional level, what does it satisfy in us? Who do we become when this product and services, okay, are leveraged? What does it get us closer to? Our hopes, dreams, and aspirations. How does your product and services fulfill them? If we're going to a destination, if we want to be a certain type of person, and this product allows us to become that person, we have an emotional connection to such products and services. So messaging that is tied to identity, message that is tied to our destination, messages that is tied to who we want to become, right, draws us in. We can connect with those type of messages. So ask this question and try to answer it as well. Who do my prospects want to become? What are they trying to achieve? What are their hopes, dreams, and aspirations? What are the things they need to be able to achieve those dreams? What skills do they need to develop? Those types of questions will help you unlock the emotional value and the intellectual value. Because once you articulate those value, the value of your product and your services, tapping into the power of emotional intelligence, you will be able to attract greater lead. Why is that? Because when people read and they understand and they comprehend the meaning behind why you do what you do, they are able to pay attention, they're able to invest more time, they're able to invest more energy, and they are more inclined to invest resources because we draw in the things that we value. Okay? We want more of the things that we consider to be valuable. Desire is activated when we see value. Okay? So part of unlocking the power of emotional intelligence is to activate desire towards your product, towards your services. And you can also, right, leverage this in your branding, okay, in your marketing strategy, and even how you sell. So for example, when it comes to branding, what are your key messages? Who are you? What can you do for them, right? And how do you help people transform? Okay, your ability to articulate those three things using emotional intelligence helps people connect with the identity of your brand. They're able to remember what they connect with. So as example, if you want to be memorable, it's not enough to just be logical, you need to be more emotional. So making sure that your brand message carries emotional meaning that can sit in the hearts of your prospects is important in growing your business long term. So this is something I can also help you do is, what is the emotional positioning of your brand? When I read, for example, your brand statements, what do I walk away with? What emotions does it stir up? Okay? Do you want people to be excited? Do you want them to think deeper? Do you want them to hope for a bigger future, a better future? Do you want to draw them into a destination? Do you want to lead them in, for example, your industry? So your brand positioning has to have an emotional component so that when we read or we see your brand articulation, we don't just read it and move away because it's data or fact-based, but we want it to be emotional in such a way that moves our hearts. Because once our heart is moved towards you, we begin to invest our time and energy into understanding what you can do better. Also, when it comes to marketing, how do you use emotion in your communication in the marketplace? So all of your materials, all of the things you put out there, so for example, your newsletters, your flyers, think about the emotional meaning when people connect with your marketing messages. What do they walk away with? And not just through your lens. Think about who do they become whenever you send a newsletter as example. When people consume that content, think of the before and after. Before they encountered your content and after they've consumed the content, what shift, what emotional journey would you have taken them on? Would you have shared something interesting, something thought-provoking, something moving, right? Something that gets them feeling, right? Gets them experiencing their own emotion, positive emotion. So start applying that also to the newsletters you send out to your prospects. Connect with them. Don't just send fact-based, IQ, intellectual, right? Knowledge-based insights. Share with them something that helps them to open their hearts to the message as well. This is where emotion lives in. And this is also why they would not forget your content. Because any content that moves people's hearts will be stored and be memorable and has a very high chance of being shared. Because if I read a content that moves me and touches me in such a way that is important to me, I am likely to share it with my friends, share it with my community, because we also want to move the people we care about in the directions that we are going. So when you share content that is memorable, content that is emotional. You begin to stir people to experience themselves. In that process, they experience you. They remind, right? They also remember that you are the one that moved them. And this is where you start occupying more meaning in the hearts of people, and you find affinity for your products and services as well. And then finally, when it comes to sales, the power of emotional intelligence allows you to have a deep conversation to unlocking the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of your prospects, and helping them understand that you care for those hopes, dreams, and aspirations, and helping to articulate how your products and services helps them fulfill it. Again, it's not just about intellectually talking about the technical benefits of your product and services, but I want you to start thinking about the emotional benefit, because again, we do not invest time, energy, and resources in things that do not move us emotionally. So I hope this has been a great resource for you. If you want to learn more, head over to my website, toyinyumesiri.com, and I hope to see you there. And also, if you have questions and you want me to cover more topics on the Quantum Leap Show, feel free to email us there as well. I look forward to engaging with you and bringing you more research and more insights to helping you grow your business here in Aurora and internationally as well. Thank you so much. I'm your host, Toyin Yumesiri, author of Mindset of an Entrepreneur. I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.